Hey, ready, she wants in a yellow pansy.
Scarf, you're off and off.
This is St Clement's Church in Odsal and Salford Quays, quite close to a marvellous ground over there, the envy of the civilised world, because Manchester has two of the best football teams in the world. It's got Manchester United and Manchester United reserves. I must admit, I'm not a dyed-in-the-wool football fan. I watch them on the TV occasionally. I don't go out of my way to watch them.
We have people here that, that come as a congregation that, I know a couple of people who've got season tickets, know some others who go over there for matches.
They're United supporters, they're football fanatics, and, good luck to them. But, that's a very shallow way.
There's nothing wrong with having hobbies. It's just that God comes first.
We've got Aston Villa on a Monday, and Wolves reserves away on the Friday, and Arsenal away on the Sunday, and West Brom reserves at Old Trafford there. So there's probably a dozen games in April, but with the under-18s as well, which are normally on a Saturday morning, I'll probably get to about 15 or 16 games in April, which is about average for a month in these days. I do in the region of 12 to 15 games each calendar month. I've not missed a home match since at Old Trafford since 1974, which is now approximately 1,100 consecutive home matches. The away games, I have missed a few away games, none for the last 10 years, but over my period of time I've missed games here, there and everywhere, so I've not got a perfect record of going, but 40 years of not missing a home game is quite good.
Oh, I've had countless numbers of jobs because it's really hard to get a job where you can get all the time off. I mean, there's not many bosses that'll say I can have Wednesday off, Saturday off, Sunday off, Monday off, Tuesday off, is there? So, I just work my life around United. I get in a taxi at night and I just drive until I've got enough money. I think, I can afford to go to the match this week.
My obsession, my religion is Manchester United, and that's where I get my thrills from.
I'd say it is a religion. I've never been one for going to church or anything like that, but I think, as the flag says, there is a banner at Old Trafford that says Manchester United, the religion, and it is actually a religion. I think there's Judaism, Islamism, Christianism and Manchester Unitedism.
What was your first game, do you remember?
Yeah, against Reading in the FA Cup.
What year was that?
07.
Score?
1-0.
Who scored?
Carrick.
Yeah, not bad knowledge. It's improving. I remember when my first wife gave birth to my eldest son, he came out. I've got a boy. I wanted a boy. I wanted that first child to be a boy so I could share the United bonding sessions with a son like I had with my father. 33 minutes into his life, I'm on the phone to Old Trafford registering him as a member.
My brother got married on a home day and I had to make a choice of missing a home game or going to my brother's wedding, and he knew which one I'd choose and I went to the match.
The connection with my father was Manchester United. That was at an early age, the thing I did with him.
Even at my dad's funeral I said, thank you very much for everything you've done to me and for bringing me up a red.
I put a United scarf in his grave. That was the only thing that I could think of.
My dad was always a United fan. Pestered him to take me for years, and 1981 I think was my first game. He took me to Old Trafford, played Tottenham, and from that day on many United fans get hooked just because of the Stretford end.
Jumping up and down in the Stretford end was really good, and the away travel, when just thousands and thousands of United fans just invaded towns here, there and everywhere, and it was just the fun of it all.
New United, we stand up today, United fancy! Champions 2013 edition.
There's some half and half scars there. Look at that, 5 or 6 people with their half and half scarves on.
Manchester United.
You've got a City scarf on though.
Very good.
That's City.
From the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed, I think about Manchester United. That's what I do. I mean, some people will say that it's probably a sad thing, but it's what we do. It's always, have we applied for this ticket? Have we done that? How are we getting there? Are we booking a train? Which hotel are we staying in? It's just constantly 24 hours a day on your mind.
You're not going to let go of something that's given you so much enjoyment. You're fueled by it. And Manchester United has done that throughout my life. And I would say going back in my 20s and late teens, it was the only thing that was giving me life. It was giving me happiness.
People in the pub say, you're mad doing what you do, spending all your life doing it. Why would you want to stop? I love it.
Nothing else mattered. Forget work, right? Forget your wife or your fiancée at the time.
I changed my job because of it. It's never affected my relationship. I'm not saying we haven't fallen out over football.
I call it an illness. I do call it an illness. And I used to be very poorly with United. But I'm not as bad as I was, and I can miss games now.
One word she's used on more than one occasion is obsessed.
I had the opportunity to get married again. I got given another chance. I've got a great wife who isn't into football. I mean, her family are bloody City fans. So there's that to deal with, but that's just a laugh.
They want me to settle down and have kids and family, but it just don't appeal to me. I love travelling the world watching the Reds. I always have done, I think I always will do.
There are people out there who I know and I respect, and they've got their position within the Manchester United fraternity. They can't be cured. There's no cure for these people. My life story is that I had to find my own cure that suits my level of support to United.
If someone said to me, you got to miss Man United, that's not in my vocabulary, miss Man United.
We're down at Carrington, which Manchester United call the Trafford Training Centre. We're down here. This is the Saturday morning. It's call it Under-18s Elite League. Come on, Reds. Oh.
I just can't get my head around it sometimes that they are doing nothing but watching Manchester United. Mine boggles.
Oh, well played, go on. Come on now, go. Keep going. Oh! Yeah! Oh, yes! What is that one, an own goal or what?
And some of these people are married. It's not like they're living in a room by themselves and then go to Manchester United. These people have kids, have a normal day-to-day routine. Yet when Manchester United are playing at any level, they're there. That is an illness. There's no other word. It's an illness to it. It's an obsession. It's more than an obsession. It's a drug that they cannot get off.
Do you think the best feelings in your life have been with United?
I suppose. Yes, I suppose. Yeah.
I'm one of these that I meet the lads in the pub, I have a crack with the lads, I travel away with the lads. When we're playing Europe, I go for 3 and 4 days. It's not actually just watching the team, it's the whole camaraderie that comes with it, I think. And travelling the world. I mean, I've watched United all over the world, 46 countries now. So who else does that? If you don't watch United, some of the places we've been, absolutely unbelievable. Or South Korea. Only 3 of us attended that from England because it was really hard to get to South Korea at the time. Then we're friendly at Fleetwood, Venetian Cup, or Macau. That's the hottest place I've ever been, Macau, I think. I mean, America, I've been on all the tours in America, and places like Kansas City. People in England haven't even heard of Kansas City, and it's one of the finest places I've ever been. Absolutely phenomenal. Mexico, to Guadalajara. You wouldn't dream of going to Guadalajara, would you, if you were just a normal person? They all go to Cancun, but it was fantastic. An experience that you'll never forget. This one here, not many people have that one. That's the ticket from Sami Al-Jaber's testimonial in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. The only time we've been defeated on getting a drink before the game. Sat around having a meal, 18 of us drinking water. 100% it has changed me as a person. I was a right horrible person when I was a child, but I started meeting people who were a lot older than me, to be honest, on the tours and stuff, and you do take notice of what they're doing and how to behave, and you treat people with a lot more respect now when you go away. You just appreciate what's happening in the world, and you sort of like people in Lagos, Nigeria, I appreciate now what I have got. I'm a lucky person to be able to get on an aeroplane, go and follow my football team around the world and visit these countries. Some people can only dream of what I've done.
I just said to myself, if I'm going to get given the opportunity to get married again, which is a commitment to that person, and she's taken on me, and I tell you, you need medals when you take on me. I said I'd reel in. I'd try and go cold turkey, and I have done. But there's certainly big games I'm there, and I make sure I'm there. But I don't need to be going like I was 10 years ago.
A chap that comes with me, not every week now because he's now in his 80s, but he does every European match, and he's in his 80s and he does as many matches as possible. And I just think if I can get to as old as him still doing as many matches as possible, I'd be really happy.
I mean, I always say I'll emigrate from England because I've seen what I've seen around the world, and there's so many nice countries. I mean, simply now, the one thing keeping me in England is Manchester United. Without a shadow of a doubt. If I didn't have that, I would be off tomorrow morning.
There's games coming up in the near period where you've got 2 games in a weekend. Well, playing Sunderland and Chelsea. I'm disappointed. I'm thinking to myself, shall I go? But it comes down to it. I don't need to be there. I have other things. For those 2 hours, 2.5 hours, the game's on, or an hour and a half that it goes extra, whatever it is, that's the only thing I'm doing is watching United. I'm nowhere else. I'm not going shopping that day. I'm not watching United. Of course I'm watching United. It's the only thing I'm going to be doing. But I don't need to be going Saturday, Sunderland, Monday, Stamford Bridge. That's so.
People want something to get hold of. This is what they want, something to keep their body and soul together, as it were. They look on that as a religion. You know, they live, eat and breathe United. We've got people in here who walk about with United badges on and things, you know, and they, oh yeah, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
I think one's got to be careful that things don't become an addiction, if you will. They're obviously seeking something. You've got to be careful that that passion is directed in the right way, you know, and there's nothing wrong with going shopping. There's nothing wrong with having nice houses. There's nothing wrong with football. But if, you know, that comes, you know, before everything else, then that is where it's wrong.
Why?